Okay, ain't gonna be nothing but a second here. Uh, got a brand new phone about almost 2 months old. Um, and a couple of times I drop it right on the carpet, so I know it ain't got nothing to do with that. And this happened right after I took and posted a video a little while ago about coveting, where somebody tapped into my Facebook page and they made it where it looked like nobody is liking or watching the videos like it did on the last phone that I had. So I know that somebody that broke into it again and doing the same thing. It may be somebody that's been having control of my Facebook page, my YouTube page too, because they've been getting on there where I got copies of these videos and other places where I got copies of it, and then somehow they've been deleting it. But just let me know that the last video that I just did about coveting hit a nerve. The truth hurts, but it doesn't change that coveting is a sin punishable by death. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back one more time and we're going to read this because God is trying to reveal something to me and to you, whoever you are, and the people that's involved. He's trying to reveal something to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this one more time, but I'm going to start from verse 21 because it's always what comes after the 21. Verse 21 said, Then I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment and 200 shekels of silver and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight. Then I covered them and took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. This is in verse 21. Now, I want you to come to realize that 21 always points to either wickedness or what's to come after. And if you go to Genesis, or if you go to Genesis chapter 5, I believe it's verse 31, you will see in here where speaking about Lamech, Leah said right here, and all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. That's 777. That equals 21. He died in the day of Noah. Now today, this ain't no lie, and it's the truth. Right after I took that post that video, I'm being told to read Matthew chapter 24 every day to the end of the year, certain scriptures to the end of the year, and certain scriptures to the end to the day to 12, 25, 25. And I need to slow up because I got to get this right and helping y'all to understand. He saved me for a reason, and I want to fulfill that reason. And a lot of things that's happening right now is hurting. It's kind of painful, because the truth can hurt, but the truth can also set you free. And today, this is no lie. When I was reading Matthew chapter 24, verse 37 stuck out to me. And in verse 37 of Matthew chapter 24, look what's here. Okay, Matthew chapter 24, verse 37. Now, it spoke to me then. I've been reading, I've been reading this every day since last month. Okay, I've been told to read it every day to the end of the year. I've been doing this since last month. And I done went on sprees for months on end while I've been told to read this chapter. So it ain't the first time I've been told it. But look what verse 37 says. But as in the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man. Now pay attention to this. Verse 37, when it get right here, say, but as in the days of Noah were. It says that, and it says that in 7 words. Okay? But guess how many letters it is here? It's 21 letters in there. Now when you go on to read the second half of it, or the second part, it says, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Now it says that in 11 words. We know that 11 speaks about disorder, judgment, mystery, mastery. Now this is said in 11 words, okay? So we know it's talking about disorder, mystery, mastery and judgment, we see the disorder in here because it's talking about it like in days of Noah. Go back to days of Noah, it was disorder, judgment hit, and everything. So we got it right here in this part where it says, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Now Jesus already spoke about how things will be when he get ready to return. So the 11 words is backing this up. But if we go back to that where it says, but as the days of Noah were, right there saying the 7 word, we know the 7 has to do with completion. And we know that after, when you see 21 is what comes after, and it also points to wickedness. But the 11 words have 35 letters in it. Remember I told y'all that Pastor Troy Bryce down in Texas, he had a vision or a dream where he came up on I-35. Okay? I told you I was a lot behind that. But when you take and you break 35 down, you get the number 8. Number 8 means what? Beginning. Okay? Means beginning. Now, there's a lot more here to this, but I'm going to end it with this part right here. Do you know that you get the number 10, 10, 10? And when you break the number, because the 10 shows up in the middle, it's verse 37. 37 breaks down to 10. You get in the first part, you get the number 28. 28 breaks down to 2 plus 8, 10. In the second part, you get the number 46. 46 breaks down to 10. So in the middle, you have 10, 10, 10. But when you do the final part of 10, 10, 10, pay attention to this. You get 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. You get the number 1, 1, 1. Where do you find the number 1, 1 at? 1, 1, 1 at? When you go to Genesis 1 and 1, but also when you go to Genesis 3 and 15. It's exactly 111 letters in there. That also speaks about the battle between good and evil, the woman's seed and Satan's seed. And we know that that refers to Jesus. Now, in this verse, when it talks about, but as the days of Noah 1, first part, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Second part, second, 2. So you even had the number 2 reflecting the second coming here because it got 2 parts. This spoke to me, it jumped out to me today. Okay? As I was reading this, right after I took and did that video about coveting. Now, whoever it is that's a part of this group, because I'm dealing with, I forgot what they call that. Anyway, they got a little covenant with they're doing, dealing with witches and warlocks. And it's more than one. And they did this on the last thing where they was erasing my videos and making it where people couldn't see it and all that. But and where I couldn't see it, people was liking it or watching it. But I also believe that God is dealing with me in that too. Letting me know, you know what I mean, despite what they do, if you speak the truth or speak what I'm saying, I'm going to back it up. So they let me know that they hear, which I know they do, and it lets me know that the truth hurt because of what they are doing. And they want to get me mad and upset because they got it where my videos might be getting out and they might not. But I know I spoke the truth, and I know God has to defend the truth. So I'm going to say it again. We're coming up on the end of the double grace. December the 31st is the end of the 10-year cycle from 2015. It's the end of it, y'all. You need to pay attention to the things that God's been telling certain men and women of God that y'all know y'all been hearing, that y'all know are men and women of God that love God. Y'all need to pay attention, taking heed to these warnings, especially if one of them that came up to you and gave you a warning and said something to you. Is getting ready to accelerate of the things that he's telling to these men and these women is going to be like, you know, they told you a couple of years ago, but it happened like that. Okay? Acceleration like now before. These next 3 years are going to holler. We're in the last of the 333. We're in the last of it. I posted video about who is Pope Francis. Who is Pope Leo the 14th to us. He was 69 years old when he was elected to be Pope. 69 years old. He come from out of Chicago. Now, anybody that's been following me know how I went through a thing about Chicago years ago. Okay? That was the first time I was going through that where I seen them demons drinking blood. I done seen them demons drinking blood again. Okay? All this day I've been feeling like something is wrong. Especially with me. But it's just a feeling that I can't explain. And I know that I had to come up out of this feeling and get understanding to it. So I'm trying to take and do that. But I'm going to get ready to end this video. You get the 111 in that with the days of Noah. You get the 35 in that. Pastor Troy Bryant had a dream or vision when he came up on I-35, y'all. The number 21 is in there. Okay? 10 repeats itself 3 times. We know that God the only one that when he moves something, it'd be like 3 things coming at you at once. We know that the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. We know that the 111 talks about Jesus because it's 111 letters exactly in Genesis 3 and 15. Exactly. Genesis 3 and 15 breaks down to 18. 3 plus 15 is 18. It's 18 words in here exactly, y'all. Y'all need to get this. Y'all need to hear this. The Bible is fulfilling itself in a powerful way. And anybody that think they're going to make it through this or to God without listening and humbling themselves, open up their heart is crazy and need help. Just like me, because I need some help. I ain't going to fake it. I know I ain't where I used to be, and I'm trying to get back there. You know, God is real. His love for us is real. The Holy Spirit is real. And His Spirit that's speaking through a lot of people, and even through me at some time, ain't God's Spirit. God's not the author of confusion. Will God judge? Yes, He'll judge. But God always like to give warning. Some of these people, He done had me warning for over a decade. And that's been, I'm like, Lord, you keep on telling me this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. But I really believe that that message came from God. That this was about the end of the double grace. I believe that with all my heart. Everything is starting to make sense. And then this last thing that He had me to do was lining up them 3 dates from 7/4/2025. The children that got killed, the 25 girls that got killed, and the 2 counselors. You know what I mean? That thing that He had me do, that's 27. The number 27 shows up in such a powerful way in Genesis 3 and 15. It shows up where it's mentioned about the woman seed. Okay? And then we had this thing with the shooting at the Catholic church or Catholic school when they was taking their plan. That happened on the 27th, y'all. Come on, y'all. This thing that just happened in California. You know, with 4 young people being killed, 3 children and 1 adult. He really wanted a dog. He was still young. And the last number was 21. All signs, all warnings. In that, we get the number 56 and 65. 56 is the 56 verses in it where Adam and Eve looked at one another. They didn't see nothing wrong. 65 is when God was calling to them. 65 verses when God was calling to them and they was hiding from God. Okay? You get both of those numbers in them 3 things. In that, you also get the years that Pastor Voodie Leah Barton, which was 56 years. Okay? And we know the 56, 65 breaks down, 65 breaks down 11, 56 breaks down 11. You get the 11 there. I took y'all to Deuteronomy 11. Showing y'all that he's speaking about judgment, but he's also speaking about wanting to guide us into a better place and to live better and even back to Him. I done showed y'all that. But also on that, you take and get the 13 and the 31. I showed y'all. Charlie Kirk did his ministry for 13 years. He lived 31 years. I showed y'all the 444. I'm showing all y'all that. I'm showing y'all that God is giving us a warning that his government is going to be set up. It is going to be established. I'm showing y'all in there where it showed that man trying to establish his thing and Satan trying to establish his thing too. You need to pay attention to all that, because you break down 312s, you get 333, and we're in the last three, y'all. Y'all need to listen. I need to listen. So whoever you is that taking and doing this on Facebook and YouTube page, you know what I mean? It stung me. If I said, wow, again, new phone just went done. Then I said, okay, don't get caught up in the likes or how many people that's watching. Maybe this is also happening for a reason for me to take it and look at how so many of us do get caught up in it. Because I hear people saying they trying to reach 100,000 and a million. I be saying to myself, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that much. I ain't gonna lie. I would love for that to happen too. Then, when this happened today, I had to think, what's more important? The message and the truth getting out, or me being disturbed, or letting them disturb me because I don't know if somebody taking a watching or if it's getting out. What's important if he's speaking to me and I'm getting it out? Rest of it is left up to God. So I got a little sting from it, whoever you are. You know what I mean? But it also lets me know that y'all here and y'all know the truth hurts. Okay, y'all, we're coming up on the end of the year. You know, I got a lot of things I got to get straight to, so I ain't going to say I hope that nothing else happen where I have to take back up and get on here and give y'all a warning, because if God is telling me to do it, I want to be obedient and do it. But if God ain't telling me to do it, I want to stay off. So if y'all get another video from me soon, I'm going to try to make sure that it's God and I'm not dealing in my feelings. But if y'all don't hear from me no more on Facebook or YouTube or none of this, know that I love y'all. Know that even my last breath, if people was to ask me, what do I have to say? I would have to say that God is good, God is love, and he's been good to me. And I, had to be grateful. So any way that it go, you know what I mean? Hey, I love y'all. You know what I mean? He love y'all. The Bible ain't a lie. Everything's pointing to Matthew chapter 24 in the book of Revelation, y'all, and Ezekiel. We got to wake up. I love you. I'm going to get over here because I shouldn't be on here for this long. Get in a good church, a real good church, where you can be used and you can be of help. That's real important. Just don't go in there and want to suck up everything. Go in there and give too. Not just of yourself, but of your money. Don't let a good named pastor have to speak to you about taking and sowing a seed. If that word is good and you got it, be of help that way too. Anyway, I got to get off of here. I love y'all. Like I said, if you don't hear from me no more, know that I love this word. I love God and I love y'all. And ain't nothing going to change that. Peace.